what are my opinions of using massage as a tool of escalation? I think it's brilliant. I think it's amazing and wonderful and excellent. I think that it's very cliche, but like it's extremely cliche to like massage the girl and then sleep with her. But do you know why it's cliche? It's because it works. Okay. You got huge last minute resistance from massaging twice in a row. I don't even believe that. I believe you got huge last minute resistance while massaging, but I don't believe you got huge last minute resistance from massaging. You see the distinction? I mean, you may be, that may be the case. You may know something I don't, but just because you got last minute resistance while doing it doesn't mean not to use it. The other thing too, with any last minute resistance or escalation tool, there's an interesting balance. There's a balance between escalating and pushing forward and then actually enjoying the moment and not being outcome dependent. Like for example, if you say to a girl, I'm gonna give you a massage, and you rub her shoulders for about 5 seconds and then you immediately start fingering her, you didn't actually give her a massage, right? You just tried to like escalate and finger her and use the massage as a way in. But when I do a massage, if I actually do massage as a way to escalate a girl, I give a girl a fucking real massage. Like I massage the shoulders really well. I massage the back really well. I massage down really well. I massage the butt really well. I massage the legs. I barely, when I'm doing the butt and the legs, barely kind of move towards central areas. And then I go back to the butt, back to the back up. I give it like a real legitimate massage and then I gradually roll it down. Next time I'm at the butt, maybe I'll get a little closer, a little more intimate, etc. But I'm not fucking around. I don't just like, if I don't have to do this because it takes a long time, I don't do it. This is like a, if all else fails, I'll resort to massage because it takes a long time. But if I do a massage, I spend my time, I put in my dues, I actually do a real massage to get there, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is the more you can make a girl comfortable during the escalation, the better off you'll be. It's the same thing as I think I talked about in the video, when you get the girl back to your place, actually letting her get comfortable for 5, 10, 15 minutes and then escalating, right? I had a girl in Melbourne that I ended up sleeping with. Basically, we got back to her place eventually. Actually, we stayed outside of her place for probably about like 20 minutes, where she was just telling me, I can't come in. And then I just sat there and refused to leave. She even told me, she's like, leave. How are you getting home? You should walk. You should go get a cab, etc. She's like telling me to leave. But then when I just stood there, then we'd keep talking, and then she would keep escalating on me. Like she'd keep making out with me, or she'd keep like pulling me over and telling me how sexy it was, or unbuttoning my shirt and then rebuttoning and stuff like that. So she's definitely escalating on me. But at the same time, we're outside her apartment and just wouldn't let me in. And then eventually, like out of nowhere, when I wasn't even asking anymore, she just like, all right, you can come up for a quick tea, but that's it. So we go up, have the tea, and literally we just sat and talked for probably an hour and a half and just had the tea, sat and talked. I didn't even touch her. We'd been making out. Like we had made out. We'd kissed in the venue where we met up and had drinks. And then we'd been making out here and there on the way home, and we'd sat outside her place, and like I was actually trying not to make out with her because I was trying to get invited in, but she just kept making out with me and like escalating on me. So over and over again, we'd been getting physical, and then once we got upstairs, no physical, none, right? For literally like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then she was just like, I'm tired, I need to go to bed, etc., etc. What are you gonna do? And I was like, well, I'll get a glass of water and then I'll join you. And then I just went and got a glass of water while she used the, like cleaned up and got ready for bed. And then I just like took my clothes off down to like my underwear. I probably could have gotten all the way naked if I wanted to, but I figured, what's the point? I mean, I can always get rid of underwear anyway. So just got naked, or almost naked, and just got in her bed and just waited for her. And that was it, right? And again, kind of weird. We'd been making out before, and then we got back to her place and didn't even get physical because I've already crossed that border. I've already crossed that line. She already knows I'm sexy. We already have that chemistry or whatever. It's no big deal. So I just lay there, get naked, and then she gets in the bed, just lays in, whatever, and then she's like, ooh, it's cold in here, and like rolls over and kind of pulls me over to like spoon her, right? So I start spooning her, and she starts like pretending like she's gonna sleep, and I start like subtly, gradually caressing her, and she's like, that feels good, and then one thing leads to another, and then sex, right? Very, very simple. But I didn't do too much. Once I had it, once I was already there, once it was going to happen probably one way or another, right? Because, once I'm already in her place, once we've already made out, etc., all I have to do at that point is not fuck it up. So what did I do? I just chilled it out, talked to her, didn't even bother getting physical, and then got physical in the right place, which was when we were in bed cuddling. Okay. I also had set the frame earlier by saying, when we go back, I don't want to, anything written in blood. I just, like, we can maybe make out a little bit, but, like, I don't want to go any further than that tonight. I barely know you. I want to take it slow. Which is, again, like I could talk about in the video, getting rid of her excuses ahead of time. So I kind of couched it and I kind of, like, set the frame. But the fact of the matter is you don't have to get super physical. And then, in particular, if you're doing a massage, right, you should be doing... Yes, you're doing the massage to get to sex. Okay, fair enough. You're doing the massage in order to turn her on. Absolutely, right? But if you're going to give her a massage as foreplay, actually give her a massage. Don't just go through the motions for 10 seconds and then try and fuck her, right? Similar to getting her back to the place. Don't just go through the motions for 10 seconds and then try and fuck her. Actually have the experience. The great metaphor, this is the Julian metaphor, which I love to death, is like sex is like the last 5 minutes of the movie. And yes, it's the best part, but without the rest of the movie, it doesn't make sense. There's no point in the last 5 minutes without the rest of the movie. And that's what the girl wants. She wants that build-up. She wants that foreplay, etc. To me, when I'm doing like foreplay on a girl, when I'm getting a girl into bed, whatever, I actually want her to be begging me. I want her to be telling me she wants sex, and I want her to be escalating on me eventually. What I much prefer is to have the girl as an active participant in the process. In order for that to happen, you have to be patient. You have to let it happen. So I'm big on that. So that's kind of my take on massage. Also, it helps if you can be a little bit good at massage, because that'll just like keep them there and keep them enjoying it. The other thing too, when you're doing massage, is get them to affirm how good it feels. Right? When you're doing something you know they're like, and be like, does that feel good, girl? Does that feel good, baby? Good. I like making you feel good. So you're starting to talk kind of the way you would sexually to them, kind of the way you would in bed, but and not necessarily a sexual context. But again, if they say it's feeling good, then you have permission to keep going. Right? I'll even do that at the start in the club. A lot of times I'll run my hand up a girl's hair and like pull the back of her hair or whatever, just pull it a little bit, and that feels really good. So when you can tell the girl's enjoying it, you go, does that feel good? Do you like that? Right? And the fact that she says yes, now you have permission to touch her. Now you've crossed that threshold, and you have that permission, and now she's an active participant. So that's another part of LMR, is getting her to actively participate in the process as opposed to just being receptive. Now, certain girls just will be receptive, and that's fine. That's their nature, is to be sexually receptive rather than sexually aggressive. But understand that if you can get them to participate sexually, all the better. So try and work towards that. So I hope that answers your question in general in terms of last minute resistance, massaging, etc. But yeah, I think massage is a great technique. Like I said, it's a cliche because it works. Same thing with like watching a movie with a girl in order to escalate. Yeah, it's a cliche. Have the girl over, watch a movie. How cliche is that? Why is it a cliche? Because it fucking works, right? A lot of the things that are cliche, they're cliches because they work, right? Taking your shirt off to say like, oh, it's hot in here. Super cliche, super lame, cheesy, but it works. So why not?